Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here, and today we are discussing my new favorite mode in game at the moment, and that is Convoys. Convoys this time around, it has been actually fun to play. I know fun is a foreign concept to a large part of the player base, but I've been having a lot of it in Convoys. It's just that bit of push that apparently the player base needs to actually play close to the objective when you have to, well, actually escort the objective to a certain location. It's more like airship escort, but the fact that you can, destroy the objective gives it that bit more hint of urgency to it. And I've been having a blast in it. A lot of ships that are out of meta are doing pretty well in it, like the GK and a lot of the German battleships, and of course the other ships that are more close quarters oriented are doing very well. That being said, of course, there are improvements that still need to be made with the mode, and we'll be talking about that today, what I think the mode does right, what I think it does wrong, and where some improvements can be made. So let's talk about what it does right. Of course, the close quarters nature of the mode. I like that it forces you to play the objective more so than pretty much any other mode in the game, except for, of course, like airship escort. In domination and standard battle, many players simply ignore the cap points because at the end of the day, they are important, but in many cases in today's World of Warships, the games are kind of over before they really have a chance to matter. It's not uncommon that, as I'm sure most of you guys watching know, like, if your DDs are dead in the first 5 minutes, you pretty much lost the game, and with the exception of a very rare case here and there, if you and like your division mates or if you yourself manage to somehow carry that hard, but in like 85% of the cases, once your DDs are dead, it's pretty much over from there, again in most cases. But in Convoys, you really have to either protect or destroy these convoy ships, these Liberty ships, because they do, of course, make the difference. The defending side only has to get one of those guys across. The the attacking side, they need to destroy all of them or sink the entire enemy team. And because of that, of course, you have to be paying much closer attention to the objectives than in like domination and standard battles. And what's really weird is that I've heard people say, oh, it's so easy to be on the attacking side because all you gotta do is sink the convoy ships. And then I've also heard people say, oh, it's so easy to be on the escorting side because all you have to do is get one through. And it never fails that someone is in chat every couple of games or so complaining that, oh, the attackers have it so easy. Oh, the defenders have it so easy. I've never seen, the attackers win, or I've never seen the defenders win. Having played a lot of this, I mean, we had 2 full streams on Convoys for the past 2 streams that we had, the Tuesday stream and the Friday stream. Both sides do win. It does come down to how well does your team play the objective. How well do they escort those convoy ships, or how well do they destroy those convoy ships? If they're off in the back just playing random team deathmatch in a corner of the map and not paying attention to the convoy ships, then yeah, obviously that's not going to help out your team too much. And it's really, it's a nice change of pace to where you go, hold up a second, I don't need to worry about these 3 enemy ships that are up in this corner of the map. I need to go with my Liberty ships and make sure they get through. I had to catch myself doing that quite a few times on stream, as those of you that were there know, because it doesn't matter if they are sunk, it matters if the Liberty ships are sunk or not. And another complaint that I've seen is that, oh, well, they don't play the objective, this is a stupid mode, yada yada yada, Wargaming bad. Here's the thing, go play any other online shooter, vehicle combat game, or whatever that has a similar mode to this. And guess what? The exact same problem is there. Because at the end of the day, as much as the devs might encourage you to sit on the the objective, the payload, the whatever you want to call it. I say payload because I used to play a lot of Overwatch back in the day before Overwatch 2 was a thing, where they make you pay for a roster update. But anyway, the same thing is there. The same problem is there. You have teammates that don't play the objective. And that's not really something the devs can fix. They can give you all the points in the world for being near the objective and such, but if player XYZ wants to go fight player 123 in the corner of the map, they can't really do much about that. But yeah. Now, I know I just entered into a tangent that we'll revisit later, but so what did you like? It makes you play in close range. You really have to pay attention to the objective, so you know it kind of it doesn't, not that it kind of, it does encourage you to play the objective, because you're going to lose if you're not. It's not like standard and random battles where you can just, kind of screw off for a large portion of time. So I like that. And I like that there is this, up sometimes 3 different routes that the convoys can take. That way, the enemy team can't just dogpile one line and just sit there and wait for the convoys to come through. There's 3 separate routes they do have to cover. Although I do notice on some maps that there is kind of just a route that there's no hope of defending it. Like on Two Brothers, I think it's the westernmost route. It's just far too open, and I've never seen one of those convoy ships get through to the objective. So those are the 3 main things I like about the mode. What needs to be improved? So, 1, I think that the enemy team shouldn't necessarily know what route the convoy ships are taking. Now, I don't mean like have completely random routes that are randomly set up. I'm talking about maybe have like 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 different routes that the convoys could take, and not let them know on their minimap where exactly they're going to be. Because that should be the enemy team's job, to find out where the convoy ships are at. Now, they can know where they're going. I mean, like in World War II, the Germans knew that, hey, all these convoys from North America, they're going to the UK. That's fine, but maybe not let them know exactly where they're going to go. So have a set amount of routes that the convoy ships could be randomly taking, and then once you figure out where they're at, then you go, oh, okay, so they're taking this route, or maybe once they're spotted, let the enemy team know this is the route that they're taking. Or it could be like if they're halfway there, then, once they're spotted, it shows them the rest of the route. Because, of course, there's the CVs that can fly over the first 2 minutes of the game, and there's the convoy ships. I think that would lead to a bit more variety and randomness to the game mode, and you can even get some very hectic situations out of it. The second thing is that as much as the game does, of course, encourage you to protect or destroy the convoys by winning or losing, I think that they should give you some type of additional reward for sinking the convoy ships or for escorting the convoy ships. Like if you're in, let's say, if you're in close proximity to the convoy ships, you get a defended the objective ribbon, or like an escorter ribbon. That's kind of the same, XP and credit reward as a defended the cap ribbon. That would encourage players to actually stay near the convoy ships in order to, facilitate objective gameplay more. And that's something that other modern first-person, third-person vehicle combat games do. Again, going back to Overwatch, you would get points just for literally sitting on the objective as it was being escorted through the map. So I think that should be something that should be rewarded here. I know in airship escort, that's done by making the airship go faster. I think that works out very well. So something similar should be applied here. That, or maybe let one of the convoy ships be able to repair the ships around it, like in Operations. I'm not talking about anything crazy or anything like that, but just a slow, gradual repair. That could be something that could be done too. Thirdly, I do think the convoy ships need to be able to maneuver to some degree. Now, this go round, if you haven't read the patch notes, they disabled the convoy ships from turning. They can no longer maneuver. They can accelerate or decelerate to dodge torpedoes, which is one of the most common weaponry forms used against the convoy ships, but they can't turn. Which means that it's pretty easy for something like a Shimakaze or like a Jinan to just dump a wall of torpedoes at the convoy line, and yeah, they can slow down, but I mean, like, it's not really that great at dodging 15 Shimakaze torpedoes. And these ships have very little HP, so like one Shimakaze torp, the convoy ship's got like, I think, a few thousand HP left. I'm pretty sure the deep water torpedoes pretty much one-shot them in most cases. So I do think they need to be maneuverable to a limited degree. Now, I get before when they would go like way off course. Yeah, that kind of sucked. That would really slow them down from getting to the objective. But, you know, maybe a happy medium where they have really good acceleration, deceleration, and some limited degree of maneuverability because, again, dodging 15 Shimakaze torpedoes is it's something. All right. So, yeah, those are the three biggest things that I see right now that need to improve this convoy mode. And if they could get that nailed down, I think that this mode will be ready to go and be able to add into the game permanently. Again, I think these types of modes, convoys, airship escorts, and arms race, even though it's in random battles, those really should be like the three, you know, random mode of the week, where we have random battles, random mode of the week, and then ranked going on all at the same time. You can pick whatever mode you want to play in, and I think that's the direction that the game should be going in, because this mode has been such a refreshing take on the game. We have been able to do some outright stupid stuff on stream, and we've had a blast doing it. I've been shoving Graf Zeppelin down the middle of two brothers so much in the past couple of weeks, and you know what? It's working. And guess what? We're having fun doing it. Imagine that, having fun in World of Warships with a strategy that's working, that's something as stupid as slapping a secondary build on an aircraft carrier and shoving it down the middle of two brothers. It's insane. And, you know, again, this mode has really increased my enjoyment that I've been having for the past couple of weeks in this game. Again, we had two full streams that were just convoys. I haven't done that in forever. Have two full streams in a row. That's just one game mode that isn't random battles, of course. So, yeah, you know, like this and Airship Escort, if they can get these two modes grounded down and well-rounded, and I think they said they're about ready to put Airship Escort into random battles, which I think would be great. I think this will help a lot in alleviating the current meta of let's stick in the back and let's snipe each other from 20 kilometers away and not do anything about the objectives or anything else but, you know, sit in the back, watch our DDs die, and then lose the game. So I'm hopeful with these two modes getting more and more developed and eventually getting into the game permanently, now that we'll start to perhaps have some more fun in the games ahead. And yeah, so I'm having a blast in Convoys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below if you're having an enjoyable time in Convoys as well, and what you think needs to be improved about Convoys in addition to that. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 50,000 subscribers, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. Hope you guys have a great Thursday and a great rest of your week. Hope to catch you guys in the next one.